Yo, what is going on, and welcome to the next episode of Top Shelf Thoughts. You are now tuned into episode 9. I'm your boy Unique, and as you can tell, we got a special guest in the building today.
And I'm R to the O to the B. You already know me, and to my left is
Devonna, but you can call me Devon. Say be high forever.
Ooh, ew, spicy already. So, what I want to introduce, like we said, we got Devonna here. She is probably my marketing publicist. I don't know, whatever she does is like genius. So, like branding, everything I learned from this one. And she's also my sister.
Yes.
Matter of fact, tell me who you are.
Maybe not. Maybe I don't know. I don't know how this conversation's gonna go. So for now, I'm Devonna. I'm Devonna Dunlap. I am a marketing extraordinaire. I do some communications work in the political field. I plan to be appropriate, so I don't think I have anything to worry about.
There we go.
Yeah.
So anyway, I guess we're gonna get nice into it. One question I have for you guys: what's one thing that you could bring back from the '90s, early 2000s era? Since we're all pretty much from that kind of era.
My child support payments. No, I'm just playing.
I'm at $13,000 a month. What more do you want from me?
Nah, I'm just playing.
Damn, that's deep.
I bring back music.
Music. Okay.
Not even just hip hop in general. Like I think like every era was just better in the '90s.
Okay. Alright.
So
what about you?
I'm gonna go with sock and boppers.
Ooh,
Sock and boppers.
damn.
More fun than a pillow fight.
What I would bring back? I would bring back the Pogs.
Pogs.
I want my Pogs.
Yo, you know what's crazy?
The reason why I like Pogs, because I know it's so mad lame, but you collected them, they were everywhere, and the slammers. The slammers are mad fun. And then beating everybody for your slammer, Pogs were the ish. So going from the 90s and back into this era, which I think is going to be very significant to what we want to talk about, from how we grew up and now what we're seeing the transition for as far as relationships and gender roles. So we'll start off with this question. What is your role in your relationship?
Honestly, we're complete 50-50s. We both work, we both take care of the kids. When one's not home, the other one does what needs to be done in the house.
What's your role? We'll go into that after. What do you believe? Do you have a role?
No, it's like 50-50. I'm still teaching. He's still learning, but
Damn.
he's still learning. He's just used to.
I'm still training him.
He grew up. He just grew up in a house where he didn't have to do anything for himself.
Sure. Okay. I would say it's definitely 50-50 in my relationship. And as far as what I would believe in, and I loop it back, I'm a firm believer in 50-50 in a relationship nowadays. Even though I did grow up, and we grew up in a household where our dad was the sole provider, and pretty much our mom got to do whatever the hell she wanted, when she wasn't working, or she used to work whatever she wanted to, but our dad was the sole provider. Do I see anything wrong with that? No, but I don't think anybody should expect that. What do you guys think?
Like as far as me, like I would love to be the sole provider. Like I'm gonna work, make all the money, you do whatever you want to do. But first of all, I know that's not what my wife likes working. Like she's not gonna sit home all day cooking and cleaning. I wouldn't expect that of her. Like if I'm working all day and she's not working that day, then yeah, all right, it'd be cool to come home and clean house and food. But like if we're both working and we come home, or picks up the first pan and starts cooking, like it kind of is what it is. I do like that concept because I'm a real hard, like you know me, I'm a family man, so like I'm gonna work my ass off to provide my family. So
as anybody should do, or what should and will.
But I think it just kind of goes with each generation just slowly changes. So it's kind of just based on how you were raised and if you're bringing that same mentality into your family.
Yeah. What about you, Mom?
Well, I mean, I kind of have dual perspective because I grew up in two households.
Yeah.
So one household is like, family, mom, dad, brother, sister, everybody in the house. The other household I grew up in was just with a single parent. Like, I grew up in a house with a single woman. So I've been raised to just be independent. But for me, there's always been certain roles a woman takes on and certain roles a man takes on. But again, to your point, for me, it's not an expectation. Like, there's no reason I can't take out the trash. But if you're sitting in your house, you better take it out.
So there's certain specific things. So for me, I know that when I come home Sunday from work,
Yeah.
you know, usually there'd be one trash can or at least the recyclables out, but I know, okay, do my final sweep around, take the trash out and bring it in and then collect it in the morning.
Yeah.
I think that's always been kind of a societal, like one of the small ones that like falls on the man.
Like take the trash out.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so then you take that and you sit there and say, okay, well, what's something like as far as a woman, you would sit there and say, okay, in that role, like cooking is a generalized one, but I love to cook. My girl loves to cook too.
Cook, yeah.
But then at the same time, like if you're cooking, like definitely please make my plate. Like I still like that.
Yeah.
If I gotta, not if I have to, but I feel like if I'm opening the door, make my plate.
It's almost like the rule with cooking is almost like if you're the one cooking, you should serve at least your plate.
As long as you're okay with cleaning up. If those are the
See,
rules.
my situation's different because I got kids, so I you know, the dishes are.
Yeah, I'm not there yet. Fill the dishwasher.
So it becomes a different role once you have kids, because you start delegating everything, and you kind of you both sit back like, I'll be straight. Now it's really 50-50. We sit down 50-50 and y'all do the rest.
So with that, how do you think with those changes? How do you think where did society kind of change it and kind of switch those kind of like those normal roles, especially genetic or not genetic, but gender specific, those gender specific roles, and do those still kind of hold value to today in your guys' eyes? Like we'll say chivalry. Does chivalry apply? First of all, is chivalry dead?
I think with that you got to define what you think chivalry is.
Okay, so
is it really?
What do you think chivalry?
Opening the door all the time and like I think chivalry is just to me chivalry is whatever you did to get your woman or your man. Mm-hmm. Keep doing it and you're straight. Okay. Like if that worked for you guys, then that was your version of chivalry, and just keep doing it, and it's not dead in your relationship. Okay. Like I think everybody's definition of what that is could be different.
I mean, I think the values are shifted. Like if I'm standing at the door, I really don't need you to run around the door and have me standing outside waiting for you to open the door. Like I'm just gonna open the door.
Well, it's kind of like you said, like you were raised to be independent. Like there's so many like I think that's a big thing now is like being independent.
The independent
but
woman.
Do you think that would hinder a relationship because you're so independent?
I mean, it depends on who you're in a relationship with. Yeah. But I mean, I don't think I'm so independent because there's certain things like as a woman I believe I'm supposed to do. Like as a woman, I was raised in a manner that like as a woman, you cook, you clean. That doesn't mean I'm cooking a meal every day and cleaning up behind you, but like those are things you should like as a woman you should just be clean. Like that's how I was raised. I make my bed every day because some woman in my life, somewhere along the line, is like, if you don't make your bed every morning, you're trifling. And the last thing you want to do is be trifling as a black woman. So like it's certain things like that, but that doesn't mean like it doesn't mean I have to do that. It doesn't mean you have to do anything. Like chivalry, I think the standards maybe have shifted, but if you get to the door before me and open it, that's amazing. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I open the door. Like forget chivalry, like let's just be
I think what really changed
nice people.
I think what really changed everything is technology though. Like now who really meets in person? Everybody's meeting on all these social sites, whether it's Tinder and shit like that or Facebook or whatever. Like people are meeting online, so they don't have to go through all those steps before they have that first date or whatever.
To like impress someone. Emoji gave strong.
Emoji gave every morning. Good morning. You don't even
morning,
know.
Beautiful.
Good
Wink
morning.
face.
Wink face. Heart. Eye kiss.
I'm not the emoji
sunshine.
No.
You know.
Nah, honestly, though, dudes like when
I'll
they do that, I'm like you're trying
that's about it. That's all you get.
That's like, I feel like
I just send some stuff that I think looks nasty, like
all that
eggplant. I think that like even now you have such a like you said with the digital era, you have relationships that build for months before you even see somebody.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nowadays, or even interact.
I know it kind of sucks though.
It takes the fun out of it. Like even with myself, like I try and remember to open the door all the time. I think that's just a gentleman thing to do. But then I think about it and I'm like, maybe I want my door open sometimes.
No, but like that's important because I be judging dudes like. You need to hold the door for me, or I'm judging you.
In the beginning, yes.
In general. In general. If I'm walking up behind you, I don't care who you are, any man in America on planet Earth. If I'm walking behind you, I expect you to hold the door. I expect you to wait a few seconds. I'm considerate though. I pick up my pace. I do a little jog to get to the door. I think the problem is women don't like to do a little bit more. Like they want to do the bare minimum. Like what's wrong with taking your guy on a date? I've literally picked a guy up for a date before, flowers in hand, and gave him flowers. Like I'm that type of corny because
lucky.
Because like why wouldn't you want to do something nice for some like guys be like, yo guys, I'm sorry, because you know there's women out there, they be mapping out their plans, getting their summer set. One guy to the next, eating them free meals. Like guys have to invest so much more initially. So I just feel like that's part of the reason why the like 50-50 thing works. Like if I got it, you got it. That's where we're at. Some days I pay for dinner, some days he pays for dinner.
What's going on? It's Santa Claus. Top Shelf Thoughts is the #1 show on YouTube. I have the question of the week for you today. In episode 3, what was the game that Rob and Unique were talking about, trying to justify the rules? If you know the answer, put the comments below. Also, if you'd like to put your list down below, drop it in the comments. Like and subscribe to all of our channels and social media, and you'll have a chance to win a $100 Visa gift card. It's Top Shelf Thoughts. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go.
Growing up, it was always just that thing of you should always pay. You should always
First date, you better pay.
I agree with that. First date, second date, maybe third date, then we can try and see maybe third date the woman take out. But
Second
that was
date,
one
I'll
of the things.
pay. But first date, and guys, check your laws before you go giving girls these rings, especially people like my dear brother. Because if you give a ring,
it's a gift.
Right, at these holidays,
watching People's Court,
or even days that are like sentimental to you all, like an anniversary or some special day, it's her gift. Good luck. See, I think the other part of it too with the 50-50 nonsense is like about being fiscally responsible. Because we had that conversation too. It's like, if you're gonna buy me a ring, first of all, that has no value unless I sell it or get an insurance claim. We don't need to pay interest on it.
If I ever get engaged again, I'm saving for it, and it's not going to be anything like crazy out of this world. It's going to be something small,
make sure it's paid off before you even give it to her, and call it a day.
Like, let's not pay extra on something that's like a splurge.
I can understand a female wouldn't want like the smallest rock in the world, but give them something.
And a lot of ones that be talking about the ring, you ain't even.
But you also know who you're getting proposed to.
Exactly.
I mean, or engaged. You know,
well, yeah, you should know your woman.
To.
Yeah, like she might not mind it.
Like you knew she was
waiting, but like, all right, I need a little. Yeah.
You knew she was gonna talk about you when you bought it. Let's be honest. You knew she was gonna talk about you. You was just hoping that maybe the moment would take her over.
Yeah. If you had to be the sole provider, would you? And let him.
Yeah.
Would you let him be?
We talked about that. Yo, he is all about the stay-at-home dad life. Like, I'm fine with that. I don't think I could stay at home with my children. Like, love you. Like, I need that time. I'm sure after I have a baby. Yeah. But after that, it's like, peace out, see you later, because I couldn't do it.
I had like a brief stint in that. Like, when my latest son was born, like, when he was like 2 months old, I got laid off of my job. But luckily, like, I had severance and stuff. So I stayed home for like 8-9 months with him. And I thought it was dope. My wife had no problem, because I'm like rural domesticated too. I don't like messes. Yo, every day she came home, food was cooked, house was clean, he was taking care. Yo, she was enjoying life.
Yo,
like,
I would love.
But I loved. I was like, yo, I'll do this full time for life. I was like, this is straight.
Are the same expectations on the stay-at-home dad as a stay-at-home mom? Because when these women stay home, y'all expecting to clean up behind everyone.
But yeah, no, because if I was a stay-at-home dad and that was my sole purpose, like that, I didn't work or anything else like that. Yo, that house would be clean. My daddy duty stuff would be done. All that stuff would be done. Closeout question, since all three of us are big into music, album that you've been on lately, just to put out there.
I was about to cop the new Nori because I heard one track and it was dope.
Honestly, I've been listening to Tony Braxton.
Okay.
The 90s were just so lit. That album is mad crazy though. Like, it is the most terrible mixture of like, I hate you, but I love you. You broke my heartness. It is just so phenomenal.
Heather Headley.
Ooh.
I was for the past 3 days, and I've been like, yo, this is like, I remember like my mom always playing it, and just, nastiest song I think of when I was a kid. Yippee-yi-yo, wanna bump your body, baby. Your body, don't stop. That wraps it up for episode 9. We appreciate everybody tuning in.
That was probably more than 10 minutes.
That was definitely more than 10 minutes, but hey, when we're having fun, it doesn't matter, right? It's R to the O to the B. You already know me. Edition 2 dreams, 2 in the middle, Z at the end. You know how to find me, Instagram and all that in between.
Unique Gomez TV, at Unique Gomez TV, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm not on Facebook anymore, so.
Ooh, that's a dream.
I'm like slowly easing off the social media. Like, I'm kind of over it.
Over it. Do you remember that song? No, probably not, but I do. Oh, am I telling you where to find me?
I mean, if you want.
All of
And if you
my
wanna plug
social
your
handles
stuff.
are _BONNA. Don't add me on Facebook. I won't accept.
Told you.
Well, yo, it's Top Shelf Thoughts, episode 9. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We're out.
Peace.